All right, here's an excellent example. This is an excellent example on the Russell this morning. The first thing we've done this morning is identify a price structure on the Russell. And the price structure here this morning is what I call a wedge. You may call it a triangle. We all have different ways of describing it, but we have a price wedge, right, or a triangle. And so I initially now have to be very careful about trading at the lows of a triangle, right, because the long-term results, we want to buy these lows. So here we are now. I'm trying to look to buy at the low. Sure enough, we try to buy these lows. We've already got our targets already waiting for us. We're already ready to buy the lows here, but then what do we see? Sellers. What didn't we see? Buyers, right? There was nobody there. It was almost like the buyers had left the building. So instead of forcing the trade to the long side, we wait for the price to break below the lows and we sell it short, taking profit off here at 5.1, 2.9, 800.7. Okay? Now we had some really good clues on this. Again, the high percentage trade was to buy those lows. But look at the clues that we got. Let's take a look at the pace of tape indicator. The pace of tape indicator explodes to the upside. That means lots more speed. Look down bottom of the delta. The delta confirms we have more sellers than buyers. That's what triggered the trade short. Now we've got 2 out of the 3 targets filled so far. We saw all kinds of sellers on the time and sales window. The speed picked up, and again the delta was red. That confirmed there was more interested sellers than there were interested buyers. Now it's up to the Russell to finish us off. It all started with a price wedge, and we waited to see if that price wedge would hold or if it would fail. We were looking at the higher percentage trade was to buy the lows of the wedge, and it still is. If this was to fail, if we could get back above the 808.6, and how do I get that number, folks? The 808.6 is right there, the 13 trigger line. Once I get above 808.6, so we can say 808.8, would be the initial entry now, or the earliest entry I could take to get long. And that still will be a good trade, because at this point in the game, we don't really know if these sellers have truly grabbed control and maintained control. So all we need to do now is get price back above that 808.6, and that will trigger a long position, and we will be taking profit up here at 810, 811, 812, and if we can, hold it to 814. In this case, though, we didn't see the buyers. We saw nothing but sellers. The speed picked up, sellers jumped on, and we got short. We got our first 2 targets filled, just a quick +5 and +10. That locks up 20 ticks of profit. That's a $200 winner right now. And I have a -5 stop on it, which has 1 more bullet left in the gun, which will cost me $50 if I get stopped out. So right now, if I get stopped out, I'll make $150, 15 ticks on the Russell. And again, trading 4 contracts here. I'm trading my live account. You're trading as a guest, your demo account. And of course, our members who have seen consistency have moved on to their live accounts. All right, Russell, it's up to you now. It's up to you. We saw the clue to get short. We got in the trade short. We protected our position with our trailing stop. We scaled out of our position using appropriate profit targets, one of which was at 5.6. Now my runner is at 3.4, which is 2.9 plus 5, right? 3.4 is my final target. That's nothing more than 2.9 plus 5 ticks.